Okay, guys, so just kind of getting the morning started off here. It's non-farms payroll day, so we finally got the price action that we were looking for the whole week. Um, Pretty strong reaction off of the data, and before heading lower, we didn't run to take out the buy side over here. Um, yeah, we didn't really run out to take the buy side, so I do think it's very possible we can reverse and start going higher. I think we're going to need to watch the 15-second chart because if we do want to run higher, I think we're going to go higher very quickly to get those that are in shorts trapped in those shorts. Um, First presented fair value gap here. We got it around 9:37, so a few minutes into the trading day before we actually saw that. But I'm gonna drop down to the 15-second here, I think, just to watch and see what we end up getting. And we're getting a ten o'clock report right now, which is the preliminary consumer sentiment report, orange folder. So want to see what we get here, but I think after the 10 o'clock candle, I'll probably move down to the 15-second to get a better view of what's going on here. So just kind of letting that 10 o'clock report flush out a bit here. Move down to the 15-second. So on the 15-second, I do want to watch this as an order block if we do turn around. Okay, so we'll move this out a bit so we have it as reference. So this was the last order block to send us lower on this price delivery here. So I put this Fibonacci here because if we disrespect the midpoint of this, then we can possibly look to go higher. This is not the most efficient price delivery. Like it's pretty, I don't want to say it's high resistance, but it's not the most efficient. If it was pretty efficient, it'd be going down candle after candle, but we wouldn't see very many wicks. So I do want to see if we can come back up and disrespect this. Otherwise, I think it may just be a continued run for sell side. We did just take out a swing low from 1127, so I'm just going to go up to the 15-minute chart here, show you guys that. Took out this swing low here just now. So the next target for sell side would be 2762. We're going to move back up to that 1 minute there. And then up to the 15-second. So all three indices are in sync. Pretty strong sell side delivery this morning. I'm just gonna move up to the one to show you guys how long it's been going on. So pretty much since the 8:30 news, we've been seeing this sell side delivery. These two red lines here are for TGIF, which would be 20% retracement, 30% retracement. So because we've been going lower all week, TGIF pretty much states that there's about a 70% chance that we come back up and hit this and or this today or on Monday. So just something to watch out for if we do see some buy side delivery. And normally I would grade wicks like this to use the midpoint, but this is some pretty inefficient price delivery. So I know that we're not really going to respect those signatures or those reasonings really. So we could go through the midpoint and then continue higher, and vice versa. We could go below the midpoint and then come back up and not come back up, go through, and then still come back down. So not going to be grading the wicks too much today. And want to watch this as a possible propulsion block. Interesting. So you can see this price is moving almost like robotically. Just not very efficient price delivery. So not really seeing much here that I trust or would care to take because of the way that price is delivering. Not really seeing much of a reason for this to slow down right now. I think we may go into some inefficiency and see some sideways price action, but I'm not seeing much at the moment that's saying we're going to want to turn around and run quickly. Just gonna jump up to the 15 here. Check the 1 hour. So we've taken this on the 1 hour as well as this. Next area of liquidity is this area right in here. And there's a nice sell side pull right here. So still not seeing much of interest. I would like to see if we could get a propulsion block, maybe. Um, but outside of that, I'm not really seeing much that I'd like unless we came up and balanced this price range and then created some sort of discount premium array after that. But right now, I'm not seeing too much that I like. So I would like to see a strong expansion on this candle. Um, Otherwise, I don't really think we're going to head up. I think we'll continue sideways. So if we don't get a strong expansion up on this one or the very next candle, um, kind of expect some wishy-washy price action. Okay. Possible propulsion block here. So we want to see if this candle and this candle here both close above the midpoint of this. Okay, so I'd like to see a pretty strong expansion on this current candle. And now watching, let's see how we treat the midpoint of this fair value gap. So we want to close above here. And to close above here, so like with the price delivery that we're seeing right now, a close above here will either shoot this very high or it'll come back down a little bit and then start to go higher because if we get over this, that's a shift in market structure. So I want to see what happens if we get an expansion above this here. Okay. So I want to see this current candle and the very next candle start to expand very quickly up. Otherwise, we'll kind of hang around here and go sideways, I believe. Let's see. Okay, so we've balanced this price range now. So ideally, I'd like to look for us to come back down into it, and create some sort of PD array that would allow us to continue higher. Hmm. Propulsion block on the 1 minute here. So this down close candle, traded into this down close candle and closed above the midpoint. Think we're going to see a little bit of some crazy price action here. Just create a volume imbalance here. Um, so one of two things can happen. We can start to run away quickly and leave that open. And if we're going to leave this open, we're just going to run very fast and not come back and touch it. Um, Otherwise, we should want to see a candle trade into it and then leave it. So just wick in and start to take off. And that's what we'd want to see for a continued bullish price run. If we just came over here and closed down around this area, that would most likely take us sideways for a bit. So I'm still looking to get a discount premium array to take us higher. Um, hmm, or discount PD array, not discount premium array. Apologies. So watching how we treat this here. So we just close below it. I don't necessarily trust that. Think we might see some inefficient price action now that we just closed below it. So it has been delivering the buy side so far, and it's been pretty steady, but it's just not very efficient. So it's steadily going in one. It's not very clean. So I'd like to see this candle right here start to expand pretty rapidly, like the way that we opened up right here on the 1 minute. I wouldn't really be too worried about going lower right now. Got another 30 seconds. I want to see this continue to expand a little bit unreasonably. So this should want to come down just a teeny bit and then expand some more. And watch how we treat the midpoint of this one here. So I'll leave this right here on the midpoint. Just looking at this on the 1 minute over here. Possible propulsion block. Um, so we want to see this candle and the next candle ideally close above this candle here. Just the body of it. Pretty nasty price delivery, but there isn't much of a reason to worry about it. Wanting to go lower right now, maybe sideways, but I wouldn't be too worried about lower for very long. So these bodies right here just stopped at the midpoint of this. We won't walk through, but then these bodies stop right there. So I want to see what happens. I don't necessarily think we're just gonna start to sprint lower, but we might head lower for a little bit and just kind of go back and forth in this area. Okay. So I want to watch price right here on this order block. I want to see price tap this one, then tap this, then tap this, and then blow through the top. So it shouldn't tap this one. It should tap the rest of them and then blow right through. Tap. Look for this one. Some gnarly price action. So I want to watch to see the blue line be tapped. And this is some pretty ugly price action, but it does look somewhat algorithmic right now. So watching for this one here. Still watching for this one to be tapped before blowing through the top. And so far, we did stop right on the dime at the midpoint of this order block, but this is such a strong buy side delivery. I don't necessarily see us turning around for 120 points. Okay, so there's a tap the touch, so now we should start to blow higher. And then immediate rebalance right here. So should start to see some more expansion. So now we've balanced this price range and came right back through the last uh sell side price delivery from here to here. Um, so I would like to see if we come down a little bit into this area. We may not because of how strong this has been, but for me to take an entry, I'd want to see us come back down into this area and create some sort of PD array. So this is the order block for the south side delivery just before the last one. Do that. This gnarly price delivery. So although we can see that it was heading for buy side, there's just nothing that I really trust with an entry because of the way that the candles are delivering. So little unfortunate. Can see where it's going, but don't like it enough to put on risk. Trading into a volume imbalance right there. And on the one, we're trading into this fair value gap. So to continue higher, I'll move over to the one on this chart. To continue higher, we want to make sure that we don't close below here, or don't really trade below here, but ideally not close below the midpoint of this one here. If we were to close below the midpoint of this, we'd probably go sideways, or lower, but that's what we're seeing here right now. And we did just trade into this here. So possible propulsion block as well as trading into this fair value gap here. So realistically, um, if this closes down, this candle here, we could take an entry with the stop below this here, um, for the use of it being a propulsion block. But again, I don't like the way that this is delivering. So in order to take it, we're at like 21,060. We'd have to have a stop about 30 handles out. And I don't really love that amount of risk. Drop back down to the 15 second. See what's going on here. So it looks like we might get a very, very fast sell side delivery, but we got to watch for the midpoint of this here. So I'll grade this. Let's see. Actually, I'm not going to grade it because now we're above. Um, but I want to watch the midpoint of this right now. It could become a very shallow sell side delivery, but with the way that price is trading, I honestly just think that we continue higher and don't respect the midpoint of this. So we're in the first presented fair value gap now. Kind of closing in on this TGIF level, 21,187. Some rough delivery. Stopped on a dime at the midpoint of this, I believe. So let's see, the high is 123 and the midpoint is 123.25. So just a tick below. So we want to watch the midpoint of this um, as a bearish order block to send us for sell side. I personally think we're just going to be in some inefficient price action and be kind of sideways in this range that we created here for a little bit. slipped that sell side delivery right under my nose. Got relative equal lows here. Some sell side here. But I don't trust this that much. I just don't like the way that price is delivering overall today. This is terrible price delivery. Holy shit. So this current candle is pretty important. This candle closes down. We could start to see lower for longer. If it closes up, I'm not really sure. Most important level at this point is this midpoint here. Ideally, we'd like to see this start to expand down very rapidly, as well as the next candle. Um, but this is some pretty inefficient price action right now, so I'm not certain we're gonna see that. And just based off of what we're seeing right now, I'm expecting this to come down and then bounce right back up, which is really, really nasty. So we might be done today shortly after 11. Just not planning on taking anything in this sort of price delivery. Like it's almost we're better off not trading in this and missing out on money than we are trading in this. Let's see if we took out any sell side. Okay, so we should see a pretty strong expansion lower on this candle here. Trying to see what sell side we're aiming for. So we took this out already. So we should see a pretty strong drawdown right here. So we have this. There's not much. Hmm. Now it should start to want to run. When I say run, I mean run lower. This is terrible price action. Holy shit. Yeah, based on the looks of this, it seems like a really high resistance sell side liquidity run. Um, so it looks like we are running lower, but it'll probably take forever. See, these are the types of it's the type of price action where being in a trade is like painful even if you're up. Just gonna wait for the sell side delivery, um, even just a little bit, and then I'll close out the stream. Really not certain what we're delivering to, considering this is a pretty strong um bullish delivery, but I'm not sure where we're delivering on sell side. Like we do have some relative equal lows here, but honestly the thing that I would think makes the most sense is this down here. It's incredibly high resistance. It's so slow. Okay, so this current candle, I'd love to see this one just start to slam lower. That's what we normally should see, but this is crazy price action. It's annoying me, actually. Okay, so watch this on the 1 minute right here. Should want to see a pretty strong drawdown. So 25 seconds left on this 1 minute candle. Okay, so I would expect another stage of delivery here. Um, Lower, maybe see a little bit higher right here and then come down, but I would expect lower. I'm just not certain what we're seeking in terms of liquidity. I'm kind of baffled. There isn't much really sitting out there. So looking at this 1 minute here, we want to see this candle close below here. Doing that should give us some acceleration lower, but again, with the type of crappy slow delivery we're seeing, that may not be the case today. But looking to see if we can close below here, and then if we do that, I'm expecting some pretty fast price delivery lower. Okay, not sure what's going on. I mean, I know it's non-farms payroll pricing, but I'm not really sure why we're just hanging out right now. Still looking to see if we can close below here. Did we closed right at it, not below it. See it open 954.75. We closed one tick below, but gross price action. Okay. So we're just gonna close this up here. Not really feeling like sitting and waiting on delivery. But hopefully this was informative. Be well.